Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome into Legion Field in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. Tonight we bring you the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts and the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags as we bring you day 2 of the Tyree Oil Father's Day Summer Kickoff Tournament here at Bill Gray Stadium at Legion Field. After day 1 of action, the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts were left hungry for a game that was a slightly bit more competitive. The Doc Stewarts yesterday falling here at home against the Eugene Challengers. It was not pretty for the Dr. Stewarts, losing by double digits against the Challengers, and they'll try to bounce back here tonight after losing in that matchup 15-4. As for the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags, they come in 2-0 on the season. They've already played today. They had the first game of the day against the Medford Mustangs. Dallas winning 2-1 against Medford. The Dirtbags did not play yesterday, unable to make the trip down here in time for the Thursday contest. So Grants Pass played twice yesterday. The Dirtbags will play twice today, and then everybody will be in action coming up tomorrow. But the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags come in 2-0 on their season off of a win over the defending state champion Mustangs earlier today. They'll try to make it a 2-0 day for them here at Legion Field with their game 2 against the Doc Stewarts coming up here in just a few moments. We'll probably be a little bit behind schedule here tonight as the game before ours got started a little bit late, and they are just wrapping things up. They're getting the field ready to go. Both teams warming up in the outfield, and we'll have action for you coming up here in a little bit. But that just means we get to bring you a little bit extra in our Supercuts pregame show. Don't forget, you can find Supercuts in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. In the pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Jeremiah Robbins, talk about the way things started here in the tournament. Obviously, the 15-4 loss yesterday was not the way they wanted to see things start here in their home tournament. But the Docs have a chance to bounce back with games over the next couple of days before the seeding games on Sunday. So we'll see how they fare against some more quality opponents. This Dallas Dirtbags team features a lot of great quality talent. We'll talk plenty about that throughout tonight's broadcast. But there is a lot of experience on this team, a lot of guys that are older when it comes to Legion baseball. In fact, 5 guys coming back from their first year of college, and many of those guys had quite a big role at their college teams during the spring season. So going to be a tough test tonight for the Doc Stewarts as they take on the Dirtbags from Post 20. We'll have more to break down in this matchup. We want to remind everybody before we take our first break of the pregame show that tonight's game is streaming live online at 541radio.com. If you want to feel like you're here at the ballpark, you can watch the action with us there. Head to 541radio.com, click on the 1490 The Score homepage, and then click on Watch Docs Baseball. We've got the ads there on our 1490 The Score homepage. You can also head to the 1490 The Score YouTube channel and subscribe to our channel to find all of the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's baseball games throughout the summer, streaming there online on YouTube. With the YouTube page, you can also then put it up on your big screen TV, watch it on your tablets or on your smartphone. It's easy to do with the YouTube channel, 1490 The Score. So give us a subscription there, subscribe to our channel, and follow Docs Baseball all summer long. Before we take this final break here, or take this first break of the Supercuts pregame show, why don't we go ahead and let you know that tonight's game is going to be brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. We'll take a 2-minute break, come back, talk with head coach Jeremiah Robbins. It's our pregame coaches interview when we return during the Supercuts pregame show on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Back here with more of our pregame on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Day 2 of the Tyree Oil Father's Day Summer Kickoff Tournament here at Legion Field, and we get a chance to catch up with head coach Jeremiah Robbins before the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's get ready to take on the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags. Coach, well, it didn't quite start out the way you'd like to here in the tournament yesterday. We talked about it after the game, about how kind of the mental aspect of this game is something you're really focusing on with these kids. The 2 losses this year, you feel like it seems like the mental side of the game is what's really plagued you guys. How do you continue to try and address that as you get ready for today's matchup?
I think it's just dialogue with the players, continual dialogue with them about being ready to play and understanding that these teams that are coming into our yard, they're pretty excited to play us, and they're going to play at a whole different tempo and pace that they've played all year. So we've got to match that and be better. We've got to play the game the right way, anticipate the ball being hit at us, and try to be a step ahead of the game. And we've just been kind of steamrolled last night and then the other game against the Portland club. So when we're locked in, we're pretty stinking good. So we just keep enforcing that to them, of being locked in, trust your teammates, trust your talent, and just go play hard.
I mean, you've been at this for a long time, and the mental aspect of baseball has always been talked about, how that can be the biggest thing. And for a player, you know, if they get into a bad mind space, can it just absolutely take over a season for them?
Oh, it can completely dominate their mind. And the one thing I like where we're at today is some of the distractions are gone. Obviously, the school's out for the summer, and here we are. We're heading into the summertime, and there's real no distractions for them, and we're starting to gel as a team, and we know who our 17 members are in this club, and it's just moving forward and kind of blocking out the noise and just kind of pulling the hat down and just getting after it.
You get to these tournaments, and I know you guys here at home, so it's not as necessarily as much time together as if you were staying in hotel rooms and whatnot, but tournaments always seem to be a great time for team bonding. How have you been seeing that progress here in this one, and when you guys get ready for that tournament up in Corvallis, what kind of things do you like to see from a team when you get those opportunities to spend a lot of time together?
I think it's so good, you know, with social media and kind of our society now. It's more of a video, texting, and Facebook and all that garbage. But we try to get them face-to-face as much as possible. that interpersonal communication. I just think that's so key to these young adults as they're becoming a team. And we try every way we can. Right now we're doing all the field work on the field, so the boys are out there doing it. And we got 2 groups that are coming in, and those 2 groups are getting to know each other pretty well. And we'll switch up the groups tomorrow and then again on Sunday, and just try to get them acclimated to each other and start understanding the different personalities and how these guys click a little bit. And I just think that's so crucial.
Well, we apparently got cut off there a little bit early on the interview that we had with head coach Jeremiah Robbins as we were talking here in the pregame show, our Supercuts pregame show here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score. Now, instead of jumping back into the middle of it and not exactly sure where that one cut off, I apologize about that. We will just move on from our pregame coaches interview that we had there with head coach Jeremiah Robbins. He had some more good things to say about the team, but unfortunately we kind of missed out on the opportunity to hear the rest of that. It's all right, though. Doc Stewart's baseball, we'll just go with it off the cuff here at Legion Field. Doc Stewart's baseball tonight, they take on the Post 20 Dirtbags out of the Dallas-Salem area there. A lot of these guys on the team from Dallas High School, Central High School, West Salem, a couple of Newburgh players on the team as well. Mentioned that it's a rather older team. Got a lot of guys on this team, 5 in fact, that graduated in the class of 2018. 10 players graduating this year in the class of 2019, 2 from 2020 and 1 from 2021. So it's a squad that's got a lot of age to it and a decent number of returning players for this Dirtbag squad. But they've got 5 guys that spent time at the college level this last year. And of those 5 guys, I believe 4 of them all played pretty significant roles on their college team, starting out with Jacob and Derek Maben as we preview the matchup here tonight. Those 2 went to Western Oregon University, where they, as freshmen, got a chance to start in a lot of games. Jacob started in 30 games. Derek started in 28. They both had great seasons at the plate. Derek hit .387 and Jacob hit .398. Jacob had the best batting average on the team, and his twin brother Derek was right behind him. They both earned all-conference honors in the Greater Northwest Conference, Athletic Conference, the GNAC. Derek was honorable mention in the infield, and Jacob was second-team all-GNAC in the outfield. So really big to have both of those guys in the lineup tonight here for the Dirtbags. You also, from the class of 2018, have Blake Aratola, who went to Chemeketa Community College, played in 45 games and hit .320 in his freshman year at the community college level. And then also Cameron Hagan, another Chemeketa player, pitched in 51 2/3 innings for Chemeketa, the Storm. He had a 5-3 record, started in 10 games. His ERA a little bit high, but still got a lot of experience at the college level pitching out of West Salem High School, going to Chemeketa there. And then another Western Oregon player, Jarrett Stewart from Dallas High School. He redshirted his freshman year, but still going to D2 Western Oregon, a program that has seen plenty of success over the last couple of years. I'm sure a great learning opportunity even as a redshirt player in his freshman year. This Dallas Post 20 Dirtbag squad is coached by a former Roseburg Dr. Stewart and a former Roseburg Indian, Boog Leach, graduating class of 2013, I do believe. Former Doc Stewart's player. He was on one of the first couple of years that I got a chance to do Doc Stewart's baseball on the radio. Boog Leach was with the team, a young man that I really got to enjoy covering in his time with the teams here in the Roseburg area. Followed his progression going forward. He got a chance to play a little bit there at Western Oregon before finishing things up with his playing career and moving into a coaching role with Western Oregon under former Roseburg Indian and Doc Stewart, Kellen Walker, who is the head coach there at Western Oregon. But Boog gets a chance his first year coaching as the head coach here with the Dirtbags. It's his 3rd year overall coaching with the Post 20 Dirtbags. He's now the head coach, along with a fellow assistant from Western Oregon University. Sean Domke is an assistant coach with him here. And then a now just graduated player, Cam Nowak. He is not with the team tonight, but he's another guy that will help round out this roster here for the Dirtbags and the coaching staff. But got a chance to catch up with Boog Leach, and, man, it was a pleasure to catch up with that young man. It is crazy to see him. He looks older, but he seems like he's still just the same guy that I got to know back a couple of years ago. So really excited and very happy for Boog, despite the fact that he's in the opposite dugout here tonight. Excited for that young man and his career in coaching, and I'm sure a bright future on the horizon for Mr. Boog Leach down there. He's listed as James. That is his official name, but I'll never know him by anything other than Boog. So good luck to him and his team this year, except for maybe tonight's game here this evening. Very quality team there for the Dallas Post-20 Dirtbags. I guess we got some extended time here in the pregame show, so why don't we take a moment to look at our starting lineups for tonight's matchup. Your starting lineups are brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. Coaches will head out to exchange their starting lineups with the umpires and each other. Let's start out with the visiting team. The Docs will be the home team in every matchup except for Sunday. That'll depend on a coin flip there. But for the Docs, they are the home team tonight. That makes Post-20 the visiting team. Head coach Boog Leach, his team out to a 2-0 start. He'll have Jacob Mabin leading things off, starting in right field, followed by Blake Aratola, the center fielder. Batting third and starting at short, it's Derek Mabin. Caden Reedhead will be the DH, batting in the cleanup spot. He'll hit for starting pitcher Eric Kessler. Connor Lang is the starting third baseman, batting fifth, followed by the left fielder Braden Allison. Hitting in the sixth spot is the first baseman Eric Swanson. Andrew Zellner will bat eighth in the lineup. He is the starting second baseman, and Kyle Mitsuyasu will catch, and he rounds out the starting nine, hitting in the ninth position. That is a look at the starting lineup for the visiting team. We'll take a look at the starting lineup for the Docs. When we come back, we'll take a 2-minute break and get ready for first pitch after this here on 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Oh, we welcome you in to tonight's broadcast of Roseburg Dr. Stewart's baseball. As we wrapped up the Super Cuts pregame show, we unfortunately they got into the warm-ups for the top of the first inning a little faster than we expected, so we come back one batter into the contest with a 1-0 count. Jacob Mabin hits a single to third base. At third base, Jay Stoffel fielding. His throw to first was a little low, but it wasn't going to be in time, it appeared, to be able to get Jacob Mabin. So we are underway here in the first. A sack bunt now applied, bobbled by Peyton Hope. He'll flip to first. It's no good. And the Docs are, unfortunately, not starting out this game very well here. A single for Jacob Mabin, now on with an error on a sacrifice bunt attempt. Blake Aratola will get on.
The next batter, number 5, Derek.
So you've got runners at first and second with nobody out. Top of the first inning. Let's set the scene here. Doc Stewart's with right-hander Peyton Hope on the mound from Sutherland High School, graduating class of 2019. He'll come set working out of the stretch after the first 2 runners get on base. First pitch swinging, gets to the left side, going to get into left field, sending the runner around as the ball is bobbled in left by Garrett Zimet, and 2 runs are going to score, and the Docs already with 2 errors here in the first inning. Blake Aratola scores from first. Jacob Mabin easily scored on the base hit by Derek Mabin. Mabin ends up at second base thanks to the error. So a couple of errors here in the first already for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts, and post 20 leads 2-0. Nobody out, and batting next will be Caden Reedhead, the DH.
Number 12, Caden Reedhead.
First pitch here for Hope is swung on. That ball in the air, and calling for it is Jay Stoffel. Hope nearly stumbled off the mound as he tried to run to get to a spot to maybe make a play on that. But, man, it seems as almost if the Docs a little bit nervous and maybe a little amped up here in this outing against the Dirtbags. Seem to be kind of making some uncharacteristic mistakes. 1 out on the infield pop fly there for Caden Reedhead. And now another lefty will bat. This is Connor Lang. Lang, the starting third baseman, takes in the dirt for ball 1. Been a fast-moving first inning so far. Leadoff single for Jacob Mabin, then an error on a sacrifice bunt by Blake Aratola, put runners at first and second, and Derek Mabin brought them both in with a single to left field that had an error by left fielder Garrett Zimet that allowed a second run to score. Another pitch in the dirt for a Hope. It goes to a 2-0 count against Connor Lang. Missing low and outside to the lefty, the count goes to 3-0. The 3-0 pitch here for Peyton Hope with 1 out and a man at second base. Gets us to a strike on the outside corner. So that keeps the at-bat alive for Hope. His 3-1 pitch, ground ball to short. Cody Johnson in front, and Cody over to Jonathan Stone for the second out. Up to third base goes Derek Mabin. 2 down, and Braden Allison will bat. Allison, the starting left fielder, hitting with a man on at third. First pitch on the outside corner is called for strike 1. Hope seeming as if he may be settling down just a little bit here. Just misses high on the outside corner for a 1-1 count. Trying to catch up with my scorekeeping here. Like I said, it's been a fast-moving first inning. Didn't help that we got back with 1 batter in. That ball fouled away by Allison. He's got a 1-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Derek Mabin at third. He drove in a run. His twin brother, Jacob scored on the single by Derek. Now a ground ball for Braden Allison to short. We'll finish things off in the first inning. A shaky start defensively, but maybe the nerves settle in, and the Docs are able to get out of the top of the first. They give up 2 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 errors and 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. Docs coming up to hit. We'll have their Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup when we return on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Back for the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Roseburg Indians. For the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. That is a slip of the tongue. Caden Johnson will lead things off, the starting second baseman, followed by shortstop Cody Johnson. At the catcher position is Spencer 6. Jonathan Stone will start at first base, hitting in the cleanup spot, followed by Jet Black in center field. Doran Gillespie, the starting right fielder, bats 6, followed by Jay Stoffel hitting 7th, starting at third. The DH, Jacob Luther, will hit for Peyton Hope in the 8th spot, and Garrett Simon, the starting left fielder, will bat 9th. And that is a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup. Your locally owned Bug Assassins. Give them a call at 673-0363. Caden Johnson, a line out to left field to start things off here in the first. They played him perfect. It's almost as if they had a scouting report on that one. Caden, first pitch swinging, he did what he has been doing quite a bit of. A liner to shallow left field, and that one, Braden Allison in left field, just playing in the perfect spot. One away. Cody Johnson will bat next for the Docs. He swings at the first pitch, a grounder to short. It's booted by Derek Mabin, and on with an error will be Cody Johnson. He has reached on an error a couple of times already this season. One on, one away, and up next Spencer 6 will bat. We're just 2 pitches here into the bottom of the first inning. Docs trail 2-0. At the plate, Spencer 6 will bat. The first pitch, he'll swing big time. Not get robbed on that swing, but he misses everything. Spencer 6 comes in. He's brought his average up to 200. It was down below 100 for a while. Finally getting some at-bats to go his direction, batting 200 even. He hits a line drive, snagged out of the air by Mabin. The throw to first, got him. Doubled him off. Johnson at first. At shortstop, Derek Mabin makes the catch on the line drive, and Cody Johnson can't get back to the bag in time. And the Docs will finish things off in the bottom of the first kind of quickly. A 1-2-3 frame for starting pitcher Eric Kessler. This game has been moving super fast. We go to the top of the second. It's a 2-0 lead for the Dirtbags when we return on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Top of the second inning. That inning, first inning, went by lightning quick. When we go to the second, Peyton Hope on the mound for the Doc Stewarts. Gave up 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 errors in the first. And his first pitch now to the 7-hitter Eric Swanson, starting first baseman, is inside at the belt. A 1-0 count. Swing and a miss for Swanson. Takes a big cut at the 1-0 pitch to even things up. Eric Swanson, the first baseman from West Salem, hits a one-hopper to Stoffel at third, who throws over to Jonathan Stone to retire the first batter here in the second. One down. Nobody on base for the Dirtbags, as Andrew Zellner will dig in. West Salem, Dallas, Central, and Newburgh all represented on this Dirtbag squad, as a ground ball to second baseman Caden Johnson on the first pitch for Andrew Zellner is good for out number 2. Johnson throws over a little low to first.
The next batter, number 19.
Jonathan Stone able to get the glove on it, though. Caden Johnson moving from short to second. He hasn't played second in a while. There's a fastball right down the middle for strike 1, as Peyton Hope picking up some steam here will face the 9-hitter Kyle Mitsuyasu. The 0-1 pitch is low. Can't get Mitsuyasu to chase. And it's a 1-1 count. Caden Johnson at second. He started all spring at shortstop for the Roseburg Indians and had played every other game for the Docs at shortstop this season, as a pitch inside from Hope will hit Kyle Mitsuyasu.
The next batter, leadoff hitter, number 7.
So that puts a man on with 2 away. Back to the top of the lineup. You hope that doesn't come back to haunt Peyton Hope here. He had the 2 outs that he needed to get things started, and then beans a guy with a 1-1 count. Leadoff man Jacob Mabin will bat. He reached on a single in the first. First pitch swinging, ground ball fair down the third base line into left field. Garrett Zyment will come up to get it. Mitsuyasu will have to hold at second. And it's 2 for 2 day for Jacob Mabin so far. That one right down the chalk line at third. Hopped over the bag and landed about at most 6 inches in fair territory, back behind third into left field. Runners at first and second. 2 hits now, or excuse me, a hit now here in the second. First hit of the second inning for the Dirtbags. Mitsuyasu at second, Mabin at first, and batting is Blake Aratola. He tried to lay down a sac bunt in the first, got on with an error. He hits a tapper back to the mound. Slow roller to short, off the end of the glove for Cody Johnson. Keeps it on the infield, but unable to get the final out. So now the bases are loaded. Docs had the first 2 outs, and now the bases are juiced. There'll be an infield single there for Blake Aratola. There's going to be a bang-bang play to first on a slow roller to short. First pitch now, strike 1. Derek Mabin at the plate. He already is 1 for 1 today and drove in a run in the first. His 0-1 pitch, he takes low for a 1-1 count. Derek Mabin was a GNAC honorable mention player for the Western Oregon Wolves. Lines one towards right center. Jet Black on the run. Will chase that one to the warning track. 1 run in, a second run will score. They're going to hold the runner from first, Blake Aratola. He holds at third, and Derek Mabin picks up a couple more RBIs with 2 outs. He hits a double to right center. And now the Dirtbags on top big. 4-0 over the Doc Stewarts here in the second inning. 2 down still. But that third out has been elusive so far for Peyton Hope. He'll face the lefty, Caden Reedhead. Reedhead 0 for 1, flew out to third base in his first inning at bat. He takes the first pitch for ball 1. Scoring is coming hot and heavy here early on for the Dirtbags. Low and inside. Caught for the bottom end of the zone for strike 1 against Reedhead. Caden Reedhead, class of 2020, will be a senior next year at West Salem High School. He takes for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike for him. Peyton Hope trying to get out of this second inning. Kicks. His breaking ball is called for strike 2. At third base is Blake Aratola. At second is Derek Mabin. 2 runs in already here in the second, matching what they did in the first. That ball softly hit up the middle. Caden Johnson fields on the one hop at second and throws to first to get Reed Head for the final out. 2-out rally for the Dirtbags here in the top of the second. They add 2 more. 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no Doc Stewart errors and 2 men left on base. Head to the bottom of the second, 4-0. The Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags on top of your Roseburg Dr. Stewart, streaming here online at 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Got 2 runs on 3 hits. No Dr. Stewart.
Season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
First batter for the Doc Stewarts to lead off the bottom of the second inning. First baseman number 15, Jonathan Stone.
4 runs on 5 hits already for the Post 20 Dirtbags. Doc Stewart's no runs on no hits, 2 errors here early on in the ball game. Try to get some offense going. It was a 1-2-3 first inning for starting pitcher Eric Kessler, the righty on the mound. Faces Jonathan Stone and misses outside for the first pitch here in the bottom of the second. Eric Kessler from Dallas High School, graduating here in 2019. The wind and fire for him is upstairs, a 2-0 count for Jonathan Stone. Doc Stewart's Baseball Today brought to you by Bimart. Score big at Bimart where you can get ready for your season for less. Jonathan comes in batting .250 this season for the Doc Stewarts. He takes on the outside corner. It's low for ball 3. Looking to try and draw a leadoff walk. Doc's got 1 man on base on an error in the first inning, but then a double play for shortstop Derek Mabin. 3-0 pitch comes in at the bottom of the zone for strike 1 against Stone. Get you the defensive alignment for both these teams here in just a moment. 3-1 for Kessler. Ball 4 as he misses low. So leadoff walk to Jonathan Stone. Puts a man on base for the Doc Stewarts, trailing 4-0. Jet Black will bat next, the starting center fielder. Behind the plate, catching tonight for Boog Leach and the Dirtbags, Kyle Mitsuyasu. Eric Swanson out at first, Andrew Zellner at second, Derek Mabin at short, and Connor Lang at third. It's a first pitch swing and a foul ball for Jet. In the outfield from left to right, Braden Allison, Blake Aratola, and Jacob Mabin. And that is your starting defensive alignment for the Dirtbags. They wear the black tops, the gray trousers. Dirtbags across the chest in orange. Numbers in the front and the back. Actually, just on the back in orange, outlined in white. The 0-1 to Jet, pulled down the left field line, hooking foul. So Jet looking to straighten it out after hooking one down the left field side. Jet Black enters into tonight's matchup, batting .421 for the Doc Stewarts. 7 hits, make that 8 hits in 19 plate appearances. He steps back in right now, 0-2, the count against him. Stone takes the lead at first. Kessler, a quick pitch, it's high. 1-2 count. That quick pitch can be enticing just because you get a little caught off guard as a pitcher and you don't want to let one get by you for strike 3, so you might go after it. Didn't work against Jet there. Breaking ball high again for Kessler. Mitsuyasu up out of his crouch to snag it out of the air. 2 balls, 2 strikes against Jet Black with Jonathan Stone at first. The 2-2. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, and Jet will go down with the strikeout. First out of the second inning for the Doc Stewarts, and Doran
11,
Gillespie will bat.
Gillespie
hitting with 1 out, 1 on. Docs trailing 4-0. Bottom of the second inning. Tonight's game brought to you by Cruz Farms Market, now open for the season. Don't forget the pie. First pitch to Doran. He takes right down central. Might have been a strategic ploy for Doran. Wanted to see one go by first. Digs back in as he gets ready for the 0-1. Underneath the pitch, high in the air, out to left field. Braden Allison going back to the wall, to the track. That one's gone! A 2-run shot for Doran Gillespie. Got all of that one off the bat. That looked like it had plenty of distance. And Gillespie clears the bases, and the Docs are on the scoreboard. A 2-run homer, the first of the season for the Doc Stewarts. Doran Gillespie, the first player to clear the fences. And Docs back in this ball game, trailing by 2. Just 1 out, nobody on for Jay Stoffel. Stoffel had a couple of home runs during the spring season with the Roseburg Indians. Nobody on base now. He'll just try to get himself on as he takes the first pitch for strike 1. Stoffel starting at third base tonight. The 0-1 to him is a breaking ball outside from Kessler. 2 runs in the first for Dallas, 2 runs in the second. Now the Docs with 2 runs here in the bottom of the second, cutting the deficit in half. The 1-1, Stoffel takes outside for a 2-1 count. Another pitch high for Stoffel. And he gets ahead out on the mound. Kessler maybe showing a little bit. Maybe a little bit of shakiness after giving up the 2-run homer. He'll walk Jay Stoffel on 5 pitches. A 1-out walk. A man back on base for the Doc Stewarts.
Next batter, designated hitter number 12, Jacob Luther.
1 on, 1 out. And time called for Coach Leach. He'll head out to the mound to talk with Eric Kessler. While Coach Leach goes out to the mound, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
The is open for your great ballpark food and drink needs, hamburgers, hot dogs, curly fries, Pepsi and Coke products, and the world-famous Umpqua Dairy Ice Cream. And if you're eating sunflower seeds, there are cups along the railways. We need you to utilize those to help keep the stadium clean. Thanks.
Well, the Docs back into the ballgame after the 2-run shot by Doran Gillespie. Here in the second inning, Docs trying to keep it going. On at first, Jay Stoffel. Batting is Jacob Luther, and he takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Jacob Luther has had a great start to the season. He bats here with the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball towards short. Maben in front of it. Goes to second for 1. The throw to first for 2. Not in time. So Jacob Luther, who was batting .571 and going into that bad bat, able to beat out the relay to first to beat out a double play. But out at second base will be Jay Stoffel. Derek Maben. Sounds like the young man very talented, but could be a little error prone. He showed a great glove there and a nice throw to second. He gets the second out of the inning. Man at first for the Doc Stewarts. First pitch low for ball 1 now against Garrett Zimet, the 9-hitter, getting his first start in the field for the Doc Stewarts. A 1-0 pitch takes for ball 2. Garrett Zimet has not had an at-bat so far this year. The 2-0 count to him is high for a 3-0 count. Jacob Luther on at first after the fielder's choice. 2 down. The 9-hitter Garrett Ziman at the plate with a 3-0 count, and now a visit out to the mound for the catcher, Mitsuyasu. Just one hit for the Doc Stewart so far in the ball game. They trail by 2, 4-2. That one hit, a 2-run homer for Doran Gillespie. At the plate, Garrett Ziman, a 3-0 count. Kessler set, kicks and fires, and he misses for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Garrett Ziman. Second walk of the frame for Kessler. Now the Docs will have runners at first and second as we head back to the top of the order.
The next batter for the Doc Stewards.
Caden Johnson will hit.
Caden Johnson.
Johnson robbed of a hit in left field by Braden Allison. Allison hasn't adjusted too much, it seems. That hit that Caden might have had in the first might have fallen in if Allison is playing where he is right now. He takes the first pitch for strike 1. No balls and a strike to Caden Johnson. Docs wearing their pullover blue tops with the lettering and numbering in orange, outlined in white. Got jammed off the hands. A pop fly to second base will wrap things up in the second for the Doc Stewarts. Caden Johnson 0 for 2 in the game. A 5-game hit streak on the line for him. Hasn't been able to extend it in his first 2 at-bats. After 2 innings of play, the Doc Stewarts still in this one, fighting back to trail 4-2 as we go to the top of the third. This is Docs Baseball, streaming on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
For the Dr. Stewarts in the
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Connor Lane.
Peyton Hope still out there on the mound, his 3rd inning of work as he fights back into this game against the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags. He gets his first pitch, called for a strike against Connor Lang, who enters into the at-bat 0 for 1 after a ground out to short in the first inning. Docs trail 4-2 against the Dirtbags. The 0-1 pitch fouled up in the air down the left field line. Zimet giving chase. That one will fall into the Doc Stewart's bullpen on the left field side for strike 2. Tonight's game is brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Connor Lang, part of the state champion Central baseball team. He's actually a player that will be here in the Umpqua Basin next year. So he hits one in the air to left field. Zymek going back, twisting, and up for the grab. Garrett will make the play in left field, 1 away.
Next batter, number 6.
Connor Lang has committed to go to UCC to play for head coach Jeremiah Robbins there with the Riverhawks. Of course, Robbins with the Doc Stewarts here this summer, and Connor Lang on the other side right now. 1 away. Up next will be Braden Allison. Nobody on base for the Dirtbags. Allison 0 for 1 with a ground out to short. First pitch from Hope in the dirt to Spencer 6 behind the dish. Braden Allison from West Salem. He is headed to Chemeketa Community College next year. He'll hit one up the middle. Cody Johnson diving attempt at short. Can't get to it as the ball gets out to Jet Black in center field. He'll send it back in as the ball popped up off his chest, but didn't get away from enough to allow the runner to advance. Braden Allison, his first hit of the night. A single back up the middle with 1 away. 1 on, 1 out. Up to bat is Eric Swanson, the first baseman, 0 for 1 in the game. Swanson will take low for ball 1. Eric Swanson, again from West Salem High School, graduating here in 2019. Big guy. Don't have a height listed on the roster, but he's well over 6 foot. Is the runner going? The pitch did not find the strike zone, and the throw to second from Spencer 6 is high. No, it did. It's a strike call at the plate. A 1-1 count now for Swanson, but he's got a man in scoring position as Allison swipes second. Throw might have had a chance to get there in time for Spencer, but his throw was high. Went off the glove of Cody Johnson to Caden Johnson backing up the play. Man in scoring position for the Dirtbags. They've scored in the first 2 innings, lead 4-2 at the moment here in the third. Breaking ball just misses inside. 2 balls and a strike now against Swanson. Spencer doing the best he could to try and frame that one for our home plate umpire tonight, but he did not get the benefit of the call. 2-1. That one fought off, goes to third base, snagged by Stoffel. His throw to first, gets to Stone, keeps it nice and low so Stone doesn't have to battle the sun too much. And there's out number 2, the runner holding at second. Pair of ground outs to third base for Swanson so far. 2 down, and Andrew Zellner will bat. Zellner is 0 for 1 in the game with a ground out to second. First pitch here for Hope. Slide step. That ball in the air to center field. Coming in, Jet Black, a diving attempt. He can't make the catch. He'll get up slow, gets back to the baseball, and Jet looks like he's hurt. He gets it back in quickly, but he made an awkward slide at the ball in center field. And Jet may just have a stinger. Doesn't seem happy with himself. That would be a big blow if Jet is injured and misses any time. And he's going to stay in the game. Coach Robbins doesn't even make his way out to center field. Diving attempt by Jet in center. Not good enough to get the out. And a run will score. Now 5-2. The Dirtbags on top. And we go to the 9-hitter, Kyle Mitsuyasu. A single, 2-out single for Andrew Zellner there. That drove in Braden Allison from second. And again, another 2-out rally for the Dirtbags to add a run. At the plate, an 0-1 count for Mitsuyasu as he takes the first pitch for strike 1. Swings at the second pitch, high in the air out towards shallow right field, then back in onto the infield dirt. Caden Johnson makes the squeeze for the final out. That'll wrap up things in the third, but the Dirtbags add another one. 1 run on 2 hits. No Doc Stewart errors. 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. 5-2 your score. The Dirtbags on top of the Docs. This is Dr. Stewart's Baseball, streaming on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Five to 2 our score as we start the bottom of the third inning. Lights starting to come on here at Legion Field. Tonight's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County with for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. Fisher's Hearth and Home. Leading things off for the Doc Stewarts will be Cody Johnson. 0 for 1 in the game for him, reaching on an error in the first.
Number 2, Cody Johnson.
The first pitch to him is high from Eric Kessler. There's some bodies down in the bullpen for the Dirtbags. 1-0 count for Cody Johnson. Puts the bat on the ball up the middle, and Cody will have a base hit. Cody Johnson had come in 2 for 4 on the season tonight. He's now 1 for 2 here, so he continues to bat .500 on the short season so far with the Doc Stewarts, joining the team a little bit late as he wrapped up his first year of college at Treasure Valley Community College. Single right back up the middle for Cody. Batting next will be Spencer Six, lined out to short his first time up. He takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Lined out to Derek Mabin, who made a great play at short just to get to the line drive, but then made a great throw, falling away back to first base to double off Cody Johnson, who had to dive back into the bag and just didn't get there in time. About fouled off by Spencer, and he's got a 1-1 count. Action in the bullpen for the Dirtbags. Take a look down that direction. Again, they don't have numbers on the front, so I'm not sure who that's going to be just yet. There we go. Turned around for me just as I said that. The 1-1. Breaking ball just misses. A 2-1 count for Six. Down there throwing is Hunter Bennett from Dallas High School. A 2-1 delivery for Eric Kessler. Cody Johnson at first. With a short lead out there as the pitch on the inside corner just misses. Lights starting to come on. It's been a very comfortable day here at the ballpark today, and we're looking at 78 degrees at the moment. It's been breezy at times, which cools it down just a bit, but real comfortable at 78 right now. Spencer on the 3-1 fouls it off. It goes to a full count with nobody out and 1 man on. Docs trail 5-2, trying to fight their way back into this one. The 3-2 pitch, high, ball 4. Spencer will draw a walk. Heads on down to first. Up to second base goes Cody Johnson. For Spencer Six, that is just his 3rd walk of the season. Spencer was a walk machine during the spring with the Roseburg Indians. Has not been as productive in the walk department so far with the Doc Stewarts. Bring in a courtesy runner for him at first. I believe that's Luke Van Norman. Yeah, and Van Norman will take over at first as the courtesy runner for the catcher. Jonathan Stone bats, takes the first pitch for strike 1. Cody Johnson at second. Luke Van Norman running for Spencer Six at first. Nobody out in the bottom of the 3rd. Brief meeting out on the mound for Mitsuyasu and Kessler. Again, Hunter Bennett throwing in the bullpen for post 20. An 0-1 count at the plate for Jonathan Stone. Stone reached on a walk in the second. First pitch low and out, the 0-1 pitch low and outside for a 1-1 count. Well, with runners at first and second and nobody out at the moment for the Doc Stewarts, this feels like a big opportunity for them to try and fight their way back into this matchup. So we start making our way towards nighttime here in the Umpqua Basin. The 1-1 from Kessler, breaking ball. That ball popped up foul into the seats behind home for strike 2. Just out in front of it. Jonathan Stone saw a pitch that he liked. It looked like it was probably one right up around the letters, right chest high there. Probably looked real nice and fat to him, but didn't pick up the spin on the ball. And with the off speed, he was out in front of that pitch by quite a bit. That one he swings and misses at. Another breaking ball that he couldn't locate. And the strikeout retires the first batter for the Docs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Second strikeout of the game for Eric Kessler. One away. Jet Black will bat. He struck out in the 2nd inning. Jet trying to put the bat on the ball and continue that hot hitting that he's had to start the year. Again, came in batting .421 to start the year. Breaking ball takes for a strike with a defensive roll. Jet saw that one coming in at him, but that time, Eric Kessler getting some good movement on the breaking ball as it hits the inside corner. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball, third base side, gets into left field. They're going to send Johnson to the plate. He's going to come around to score. Heading to third goes Van Norman, and in with a double is Jet Black. So the ball gets away at the third base, but the runners will all hold. An RBI double for Jet. Another extra base hit for the Doc Stewarts here in the ball game. They've got a home run and a double now, and they trail 5-3.
Next batter, right fielder,
that one right down that third base
Gillespie.
line. So Jet picks up an RBI. That is his 5th of the season. It's his 2nd double. Scoring was Cody Johnson from 2nd. And Luke Van Norman goes 1st to 3rd, running for Spencer 6. Eric Kessler on the mound will face Doran Gillespie, who had the 2-run homer in the 2nd inning. First pitch, strike 1 called. Got runners on both in scoring position. The 0-1 here for Gillespie. That's where he hit the home run at, as he takes strike 2 on the low outside corner. He hit his home run on an 0-1 count. I remember remarking that he let one go right by down the middle, and I thought maybe he was just trying to get a good look at what starting pitcher Eric Kessler had, and then he roped one over the left field fence. He's got an 0-2 count here. He fights off a pitch, fouls it away to stay alive. Gillespie will have another look at another 0-2 pitch from Eric Kessler, who is going through the lineup for a 2nd time. So far, Kessler has allowed just 3 hits. The 0-2 from the righty. Bounces outside, gets away, but Van Norman does not make a break at third. Hit in the dirt off the chest protector for Mitsuyasu. And then it bounced back down and kicked off his shin guard and rolled opposite direction of the catcher out towards the home dugout down the third base side, but didn't get away very far. Van Norman playing it safe, doesn't try to score. A 1-2 count for Gillespie. Kessler looking into the glove of Mitsuyasu quite a while. A breaking ball popped up in foul territory. It carries out of play. And Gillespie continues to battle here. Doran has been coming on after a slow start. Obviously a 2-run homer here tonight. For Doran Gillespie, that puts him at now 6 for 21 on the year. He was batting .250 coming into the matchup. A 1-2 count for him here. The pitch in. Underneath another one, that ball in the air, foul territory. Could be playable. Swanson chasing it to the fence, and that one ends up out near the Lions' den, back behind first base. The battle continues. Been seeing plenty of people making their way back from the Lions' den with baskets filled with curly fries. That means the fryer is working hard back there, and on these hot days, you got to give credit to the guys working the fryers and the grills down there in the concession stand. A 1-2 count. Gillespie gets on this one to center field. Going back is Aratola. This should drive in a run. Tagging, Van Norman heading to the plate. The relay throw will go to third. In safely will go Jet Black. Sacrifice fly for Doran Gillespie. He picks up his 3rd RBI of the night. Docs get with another run, and they're back within 1. Trailing 5-4 with the game-tying run at third with 2 down. So Gillespie, with the battle there, able to pull it out.
Next batter, third baseman,
to get a run across.
Stoffel.
That was a lengthy at-bat for Gillespie, and I'd give him the win. Getting a run, always a win. First pitch just misses to Jay Stoffel. A 1-0 count now for the starting third baseman. Stoffel walked in his first at-bat. Right now hitting at .250 on the year. Takes low and outside for ball 2. Stoffel forced out at second base on a double play attempt that the Dirtbags unable to polish off. 2-0 pitch. Fastball hits the low outside corner against Stoffel, a 2-1 count. Jace, a prime RBI opportunity here, although there are 2 outs this season. Stoffel without an RBI so far this summer. He's the leading RBI man for the Roseburg Indians during the spring. He takes low and outside for a 3-1 count. Waiting on deck, Jacob Luther, who's leading the team in RBIs right now. 3-1 pitch to Stoffel. He takes for ball 4. Another walk issued by Eric Kessler. Kessler is now, let's see here, 2 walks in the 3rd inning. He had 3 walks in the 2nd, so 5 totals so far, and that prompts a visit to the mound for head coach Boog Leach. Runners on the corners with 2 down, and Jacob Luther coming to the plate. Luther did ground almost into a double play, but he was able to beat out the relay throw to first. While we got a break in the action, let you know tonight's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Docs will continue playing in the Tyree Oil Father's Day Summer Kickoff Tournament tomorrow and Sunday. And then on Monday, the team heads on the road for their first Area 4 League games. They'll head to Klamath Falls for a doubleheader on Monday night. They stay the night in Klamath Falls and then head to Medford for a Tuesday night doubleheader against the Mustangs as they get 4 Area 4 games under their belts. And back-to-back nights, Monday and Tuesday, coming up next week. Jacob Luther digs in with 2 down and runners on the corners, and he takes the first pitch for ball 1. Doc's making this Dirtbag squad work. The post-20 squad comes in 2-0 on the season, win over Medford earlier today here in the tournament, and a win over a West Salem high school team that started out their season on Tuesday this week. Luther lines one to right field. That drops in for a base hit. We got a tie ball game. Luther will pick up another RBI on the season. Hits a soft one out to right field going opposite side. The single drives in jet black, and we're tied at 5 as the Docs score 3 here in this 3rd inning. Stoffel goes up to 2nd. Luther on at 1st. Still 2 down, but we're knotted at 5 apiece as the Docs have battled their way back, and that's a great sign for this team. And now a line drive for Garrett Zyman. He'll get his first hit of the season. It gets by the left fielder. 1 run easily scores, and Zyman's in with a double. Garrett Zyman, the youngest guy on the squad, at least by his class in school, gets his first hit of the season in only his 2nd at bat, and it drives in another run to put the Doc Stewarts on top. 1 pitch after Jacob Luther tied the game. Garrett Zyman gets his first hit, a double, to put the Doc Stewarts on top. Jay Stoffel scoring on that double, and that'll make a call to the pen for the Dallas Post-20 Dirtbags. We'll come back after this with the details on the new man on the mound, but the Doc Stewarts now leading 6-5 with a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the 3rd. This is Docs Baseball, streaming at 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
The Dirtbags will make a call to the pen, brought to you by Shelby and Migulana Construction, your local leaders for any project, big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulana or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. Doc storming back with 4 runs here in the third inning to take a 6-5 lead against the post 20 Dirtbags. Garrett Zymet, the youngster, coming through with his first hit of the season, a double to left center that drove in the go-ahead run. Jay Stoffel to put the Docs in on top, and he's the last batter to face off against Eric Kessler, who finishes out his day after 2 2/3 innings of work. Taking over on the mound will be Hunter Bennett from Dallas High School, graduating class of 2019. Bennett takes over for Eric Kessler. 2 2/3 innings, gave up 5 hits. Right now credited with 6 runs. He gave up 5 walks and had 2 strikeouts. Leadoff man Caden Johnson looking for a hit. It would be his first of the night and extend his hitting streak. He'll take low for ball 1. Johnson, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't actually have it in front of me, I'm not mistaken, I think he's got a 5-game hit streak going. A 1-0 pitch to him from the big righty. Bennett will work it in for a called strike. The fastball hitting the inside corner. He's a big boy. Right there around the same size as Eric Swanson at first. A couple of lengthy guys. The 1-1. Bennett, breaking ball. And that one drops in for strike 2. It was nothing fancy, it didn't seem like. A lot of movement. Big sweeping 12-6 type of breaking ball there. Wasn't very fast. A 1-2 pitch now from Bennett. Off speed again. Johnson gets underneath it with 2 outs. This should do it. Coming in, the left fielder, Braden Allison, will make the catch to wrap it up. Doc Stewart's, though, rallied back after giving up the lead in the first inning for a second consecutive game. The Doc Stewart's rally back with 4 runs here in the bottom of the third for a 6-5 lead on top of the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags. We'll come back with the top of the 4th inning after this on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event, plus you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Hey, Ben.
Well, Peyton Hope out on the mound with the second life in this ball game. The righty from Sutherland High School misses low and inside on the first pitch of the 4th inning to Jacob Mabin, who leads things off, the right fielder. The 1-0 pitch grounds it foul down the third base side for strike 1. Jacob Mabin comes in 2 for 2 in the matchup. The leadoff man has a pair of singles. He has scored twice as well. Top of the order has done a lot of damage so far. 5 hits between the top 3 guys. The 1-1, that ball in the air to center field. On the run, Jet Black in the shadows. At the last second, he got some sunshine in his face. Seems to be all right, and it seems to be that earlier injury that he had after a diving attempt, at least not affecting him enough to where he's not able to play. He may still be a little shaken up, though, watching him run back to his position in center. 1 down as they get Jacob Mabin for the first time. 1 out, Blake Aratola will bat. He takes the first pitch for ball 1. Blake Aratola is 1 for 2, reached on an error and has a single. He puts this one in the air to right. On the run is Doran Gillespie. And Gillespie, leaning back, makes the catch on the run. A couple of well-struck balls. The Docs are able to run underneath.
Batter,
2 down. Docs outfielders having to run quite a bit there on a couple of balls. But both Black and Gillespie able to stand up to the task. 2 down, and Derek Mabin, who is 2 for 2 with a single and a double, will dig in. Derek Mabin, I believe he's got 3 RBI. He'll hit a line shot. It gets through on the left side, diving to try and stop it. Cody Johnson won't get there. Derek Mabin does have 3 RBIs. He's now got 3 hits as he gets his second single and is 3 for 3 in the ball game. A 2-out single to the left side. Derek Mabin on at first with 2 down. And up next, Caden Reedhead, who is 0 for 2. Reedhead, the lefty, waits, swings, and fouls it off for strike 1. He's got a very calm demeanor at the plate, standing in there with the bat rested on his back shoulder. Reedhead from West Salem High School, mentioned will be a senior next year for a West Salem team that made it into the second round of the 6A state playoffs. West Salem actually defeated the Roseburg Indians spring baseball team in the season opener for Roseburg, but they ended up finishing about 4th in their league after a strong start. 0-1 pitch, runner going, the throw in, I believe might have been strike 1. The tag, no. Cody Johnson reaching, the throw was off the mark. It was a strike at the plate for an 0-2 count now against Reedhead. The throw once again was there in time to beat the runner, but it just wasn't on target for Spencer Six, and Derek Mabin gets in safely. Reedhead with an 0-2 count. Hope trying to finish it off here. A soft liner to short, going back now, having to dive to come in to make the catch, and Cody Johnson will. He misread it off the bat at first. It looked like it was a hard liner to shortstop. And Cody had to come charging in. He made a late dive to get there. He makes a basket catch. It looked awkward, but it works. Doc's able to hold Dallas off the board here in the 4th for the first time tonight, and the Docs will hold on to a 6-5 lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. This is Docs Baseball, streaming at 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Okay, get up those 50.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
First batter for the Doc Stewart to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Doc Stewart's Baseball brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Book your travel plans with their travel experts, now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. Docs lead 6-5. Leading things off is Cody Johnson. He takes high for ball 1 from Hunter Bennett. The reliever coming on in the 3rd inning faced one batter, got the final out to get the Dirtbags out of the 3rd, where the Doc Stewarts rally back to take the lead. 2-0 the count now against Johnson, who is 1 for 2 tonight. Johnson a single in the 3rd inning, started off the inning and eventually came around to score the Doc's 3rd run of the game. 2-0 pitch, takes on the outside corner for strike 1. Johnson playing back at the position he played a lot here at Legion Field, the back at shortstop. 2-1 delivery, swing and a miss. Big cut out of him, had the feet dancing everywhere. And he's got a 2-2 count. Things getting a little dark out there as we transition from sunlight to the field lights for those that are watching at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. 2-2 pitch to Johnson. He fights it off right side. It goes to the first baseman, Swanson, and he boots it. Eric Swanson at first got caught on an in-between hop, and it goes off the chest and runs away from him. And for a second time tonight, Cody Johnson will reach on an error. He's been on base 3 times, is 1 for 3 in the ball game. And that goes to the old adage, put the ball in play, see what happens.
Next batter, Spencer 6.
You never know. Sometimes good things will happen. Spencer 6 will bat. Takes the first pitch for strike 1. Spencer is 0 for 1 in the game. Line out to short and walked his last time up. Hunter Bennett facing 6 for the first time. The lefty digging in. Runner going. Throw down to second base. Not in time. Cody Johnson with a stolen base. And the pitch at the plate missed to Spencer 6. He's got a 1-1 count. One delivery for Bennett. Swing and a foul tip. Spencer, a ball and 2 strikes against him. Man in scoring position with nobody out for the Docs here to start out the bottom of the 4th. Lights are starting to take effect. Hunter Bennett looking to second. Nobody really holding Cody Johnson on there. The throw in. Spencer underneath it. Up in the air in foul territory. Right in front of the Docs dugout. And making a grab that almost wasn't. Connor Lang in front of that Docs dugout on the third base side makes the squeeze for out number 1. That ball almost squirted out. Might have been able to catch a bit of an ooh from the stands. That ball nearly squeezed out of the glove for Lang at third. 1 away. Still a man in scoring position, and Jonathan Stone will bat. He is 0 for 1. He takes outside. That ball gets away. Johnson wasting no time as Cody will get into third. 1-0 count behind the plate. Mitsuyasu working to keep that breaking ball from Hunter Bennett near the plate. But he had to slide a long ways, and with the breaking ball, that pitch was moving away from him by quite a bit. Wild pitch, moving Cody Johnson up to third base. 90 feet from home, an RBI opportunity for Jonathan Stone. Stone this season with 3 RBI. He'll take for strike 1. That one on the outer half. Didn't like it. Last time up was against Eric Kessler, who's no longer in the game, the starter on the hook for the loss for the Dirtbags at the moment. 1-1 count for Hunter Bennett. Misses high. Kessler went 2 2/3 innings, didn't make it out of the third. He gave up all 6 runs that are on the board for the Doc Stewarts right now. 5 runs on 8 hits for the Dirtbags, 6 runs on 5 hits for the Docs. 2-1 pitch to Stone, swing and a miss. 2-2 count. With 1 out and a man at third. Docs trying to add some insurance here, on top 6-5 at the moment. The 2-2 from Bennett. Breaking ball, hard hit to short. It's picked up by Mabin. He'll throw to first for the out, but the ground out will drive in a run, and the Docs are on top 7-5. Mabin continues to play pretty stellar defense at short. Seems as if the plays that require a little bit of flair, he's pretty good at. Runner takes away a hit from Jonathan Stone, but it drives in Cody Johnson for an RBI. His 4th of the season is a swing and a miss for Jet Black for strike 1. Docs on top, 7-5 now. 0-1 pitch for Bennett. Squaring to bunt, but pulling back, never really did have the barrel out there. Jet will take for ball 1. Jet Black trying to bunt his way on base. That's different. Haven't seen that. That third base, Lang was coming in to protect against the bunt. Now he's backing up. The 1-1. Swing and a miss at a bad pitch for Jet. Went chasing after a pitch up near the eyeballs on the high heat. I'm surprised he didn't even find himself with a face full of baseball there. A 1-2 count out of the windup for Bennett. Outside, and the count goes back even at 2-2. Nobody throwing in either of the bullpens. Expect that means that Peyton Hope still going to be the man on the mound for the Doc Stewarts as they go to the 5th. Hope is sitting up on the top step of the dugout. It looks like he's ready to burst back out there and get back on the field. Jet, ball in play out towards shallow center field. Could be trouble going out. Derek Maben, the shortstop, will make the catch to retire the side. Docs get one more run in, though, on an error here in the 4th inning. 1 run on no hits, 1 error, and nobody left on base for the Doc Stewarts. They lead 7-5 as we go to the top of the 5th inning in this tournament action. From Legion Field, it's the Tyree Oil Father's Day Summer Kickoff Tournament on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490, The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Peyton Hope does come out for a 5th inning of work, and he gets a half-hearted swing and a miss by Connor Lang, who leads things off for the Dirtbags. Doc's currently leading 7-5 as we start the 5th inning. Strike on the outside corner for Hope gives him an 0-2 count against Connor Lang, who's 0 for 2 in the game. Tonight's action brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Cooling, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. Connor Lang, the 0-2 pitch, misses low and outside for a 1-2 count. Lang, a 2019 graduate from Central High School, headed to UCC. Played in that state title game for Central as they won the 5A state title. He went 2 for 3 in that matchup as he takes high and away, a 2-2 count against him. Went 2 for 3, had 3 runs scored and an RBI as a part of an 11-4 win for Central in the state championship game. They were the number 1 seed and made the run all the way to the title, the first in school history since 1958. Swing and a miss on the 2-2 from Hope. Got him fooled, and he goes down. And for Peyton Hope, that's the first strikeout of the game. And folks, don't strike out when it comes to water for your home. Trust more well drilling, keeping Douglas County green since 1947. Give him a call at 541-459-4039. One away, nobody on base. Braden Allison will put the ball in the play. Out towards right field, shallow. And off the glove for Caden Johnson at second base. He almost made a spectacular catch in shallow right field. Goes off the glove. Base hit. Yeah, okay. I thought I heard somebody say error over there, and I was going to say that's a pretty stringent ruling over there. Giving the guys a hard time here in the booth. A base hit for Braden Allison, his second of the game. 1 on, 1 out. Eric Swanson, the first baseman, will bat as Peyton Hope throws over to check on Braden Allison, who goes back in head first. First pitch now for Swanson, who's 0 for 2. He's had a pair of groundouts to third. Takes low for ball 1. Swanson, I mentioned it before, he is the big first baseman from West Salem High School. No word on exactly if he's going to plan on continuing a sports career in the future. A 1-0 delivery. Fastball low and inside, a 2-0 count. Coach Robbins saying that the Docs may look to Jay Stoffel, who's at third base right now, for a short relief appearance in this ball game.
5, 4, 3, 9,
So
6, 7, 5.
they may look to Jace to come in on short,
Abby's pizza gift certificate up here at the
just kind of short warm-up, not have him working in the bullpen right now. Nobody throwing for the Docs as we get to the middle stages of this ball game, so not sure if that just means they have somebody ready to go or if that means that they plan on letting Peyton Hope continue his way right on through. So far, he's been doing pretty good after that shaky first inning. The ball fought off, foul down the third base line for strike one against Swanson. Since that, well, Dallas scored 5 runs in the first 3 innings. They had a total of 7 hits, but they had just one in the fourth. So they make their third way through the lineup. Peyton Hope seems to be doing all right, but he has allowed now 9 hits in the ball game to the Dirtbags. The 2-1, a swing and a miss for strike 2. It does appear as if right now Peyton Hope seems to be getting a little bit stronger as the game goes on, maybe feeling a bit more comfortable and confident. Peyton Hope is headed to UCC next year, and I know that Coach Robbins is very happy with what he's seen out of the mentality of Hope on the mound. The 2-2. Bounces in, 6 using the chest protector to knock it down. Right in front of him, locates the baseball, and then looks to the runner to tell him, hey, look, I know exactly where the ball's at. If you want to take off, that's on you, buddy. I got you dead to rights. A 3-2 count. Hope will come set, trying to get Swanson for out number 2. Pitch. Fought it off first base side, foul. We'll do it again. Docs will play again tomorrow night at 7:30. They will take on the Salem Whitnell Dodgers, who, unless my brain is not functioning correctly, which is completely possible. No, Docs will take on Salem tomorrow. Full count pitch again. That ball into the air this time. Calling for it is third baseman Jay Stoffel. Nobody grabs it, and it lands fair. No, foul ball as it's picked up by Spencer Six in foul territory. And it'll be a full count pitch again. Jay Stoffel came jogging in. Peyton Hope was right there as well. And they each thought the other was going to take it. And it lands right in between the two of them, about 2 feet into fair territory, only maybe 8 feet away from home plate. A skyrocket shot for Swanson, but then it bounced into foul territory, and that's where Spencer Six will pick it up, so it's not a base hit. We'll do it again. The Docs maybe get a little bit lucky there after a brain freeze. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and a strikeout for Hope. Oh, that's a nice result for a play that could have really ended up hurting the Doc Stewarts. Swanson will go down swinging, second strikeout of the game for Peyton Hope, 2 down. And Andrew Zellner will bat. He had an RBI single in his last at-bat. Came in a 1-run third inning for the Dirtbags, who trail right now 7-5 against the Doc Stewarts in the top of the 5th. First pitch is low, a 1-0 count. Dallas winning earlier today 2-1 against the Medford Mustangs. They scored the game-winning run in the bottom of the 5th of that game after Medford fought back to tie the game in the top of the 5th at 1. A 1-0 pitch for Hope. Strike on the inside corner, gets the call there. A 1-1 pitch coming up for Zellner. Runner going, that ball lined in the air out towards left center, and Garrett Zimet will not be able to get to the ball in time. The runner only goes to second, though. Braden Allison with 2 outs for some reason not running all the way. You would have thought with the runner going on the swing, he would have been able to easily get to third. But Andrew Zellner will pick up his second single of the game. Garrett Zimet with great speed in the outfield almost got to that ball, but just not quite in time. And you've got 2 on with 2 outs. And the 9-hitter Kyle Matsuyatsu batting. He is 0 for 1 in the game, was hit by a pitch in the second and scored a run. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Matsuyatsu grounds to third. Stoffel knocks it down. His throw to first. Got it there just in time. And that'll wrap up the side as the Doc Stewarts get the final out. They hold once again the Dirtbags off the board and continue to lead 7-5. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Doc's in front by 2 on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
We'll take a look at the Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update here in the bottom of the 5th inning, as the Doc Stewart's currently leading at 7-5 against the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags. Joey Keyran here with you. Brenton Cranford back in the studio with the radio production tonight. Josh Nelson getting the night off as he had other things to go and take care of this evening. So running things on our own here at the stadium. Doc Stewart's in front right now, 7-5. For the Dirtbags, 5 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors. For the Doc Stewarts, 7 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors in the ballgame. Go to the bottom of the 5th. Leading things off is Doran Gillespie. He is 1 for 1 in the game with 3 RBIs and a 2-run homer. Takes the first pitch for strike 1 from Hunter Bennett. First at bat against Bennett for Doran Gillespie. Bennett will wind and fire. Breaking ball outside in the dirt, skips away from Matsuyatsu for a 1-1 count. Well, we'll take a look at the other scores from the tournament action here today. We'll take a look at your standings as well. As day 2 wrapping up here with the Doc Stewarts and the Dallas Dirtbags. The 1-1 to Gillespie. Strike 2 taken on the low outside corner. Dallas started out day 2 with a 2-1 victory against Medford. Then Willamette Valley, it goes to 2-0 in the tournament with a 4-2 win against the Salem Whitnell Dodgers. Eugene goes to 2-0 in the tournament as they beat Corvallis 5-2 in the game before ours. And now the Docs leading 7-5 against the Dirtbags as a 1-2 pitch just misses outside to Gillespie. He's got a 2-2 count. That 1-2 pitch there did not look like it missed by much. 2-2 delivery out of Bennett. He'll wind and fire. Look out. Buzzes the tower. Full count now for Gillespie. So right now in the tournament, you've got the 2-0 teams are the Eugene Challengers and the Willamette Valley Titans, the 2 Eugene area teams. Could be facing off in the championship on Sunday. We'll have to wait and see. 3-2 pitch to Gillespie is ball 4. Takes it high. So the Challengers and the Titans are 2-0.
Next batter, number 9, Jace.
At 1-1 are the Medford Mustangs. And if the Docs can win here, the Docs would be 1-1 and the Dirtbags would be 1-1. Corvallis is also 1-1 right now. Dirtbags are 1-0, Docs are 0-1. Grants Pass is 0-2 and Salem's 0-2 in the matchup as well, as a bunt attempt by Jay Stoffel is popped to the netting back behind home for strike 1. So the Docs need a win here. They'd be in a large group of 1-1 teams. You'd have 4 teams at 1-1, 2 at 2-0, and 2 at 0-2. with games coming up tomorrow and then the seeding games on Sunday. 0-1 pitch for our Hunter Bennett against Jay Stoffel. He squared to bunt again, pulled it back, and takes low and inside, a 1-1 count. Jace looking down to third, where Coach Jeremiah Robbins is in the box. Robbins has been letting his assistants run things out on the field most of the season. Runner going, that ball hit and run on, fouled away by Stoffel, and the count goes to 1-2, and back to first will go Doran Gillespie. Gillespie drawing the leadoff walk. A 1-2 count for Stoffel now, nobody out. Bottom of the fifth, Doc's on top by 2. Not sure if some of the assistants aren't here tonight. I did see Bo Kearns, and that looks like Brett Prock over at first. The 1-2 to Stoffel is high for a 2-2 count. Yeah, that's Coach Prock at first. You got Robbins at third. So Kearns must be in the dugout. That's interesting. 2-2 to Stoffel. Takes low for a full count. So they decided to switch some things up. I know Coach has been trying to drill into the guys about the intensity, the focus, the drive that it's going to take to win at this level. So maybe you want to be closer to the action. The 3-2 pitch to Stoffel. Fights it off. He stays alive. Into the stands. Sounds like a fan might have had a play on that foul ball. Not sure if Coach York is here tonight. Coach Dave York had been the guy at third base. That might be the reason why they have things switched up a little bit. I don't think I see Coach York in the dugout. Another ball fouled off by Stoffel. Stays a 3-2 count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. A runner on at first here in the bottom of the fifth inning. A battle between Jay Stoffel and Hunter Bennett. The 3-2 pitch yet again. Runner going, it's ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued for Hunter Bennett. Runners at first and second with nobody out. No action in either bullpen still. Docs will look to Jacob Luther, who has an RBI tonight on a single in the third. Luther's been on base twice. Jacob Luther came in with a team-high 8 RBI. That came in 2 games against Medford, all 8 of them. He's now got 9 as he's driven in 1 here tonight. He has been an RBI machine. He'll bunt, and that ball's popped up foul for strike 1. It might be... Not that with this tournament going on, there's not a lot of time for the Docs to spend some time doing batting practice. But if there were, you might see them focus on bunting. We've not seen a great display of bunting here in the last couple of at-bats. An 0-1 count for Jacob Luther. 1 for 2 tonight. Hunter Bennett with runners at first and second. The infield playing in on the corner, squaring to bunt again. Luther puts it down first base side, picked up by Swanson, who throws to first to get the out there. And the sacrifice bunt will work to put both runners in scoring position. 1 away. Sacrifice bunt, 3-4 to put out as the second baseman Andrew Zellner covering the bag. 1 down, runners at second and third, and it's Garrett Zimet that'll bat. Zimet already with an RBI on a double, his first hit of the season. Takes for strike 1 on the first pitch. Zimet had a walk in the second, now a double in the third that drove in a run, the go-ahead run, in fact. Put the Docs up 6-5 at the time. 0-1 pitch, he'll take for strike 2. Zimet was just a sophomore this last year at Roseburg High School. The 0-2 pitch. Hunter holds and fires. He misses low and outside as a puff of chalk will kick up. Batter's boxes are pretty much non-existent down there anymore, but that one must have hit one last spot that was more chalk than it was dirt because it popped up a puff of white smoke. A 1-2 count for Zimet Hunter Bennett looking for the second out with 2 in scoring position, and he misses outside. That ball squirts away, but at third base, Gillespie didn't get a great read on it, and so he holds at third. 2-2 count. That one rolling in line with the third base chalk line, and so it might have just been tough for Gillespie to realize how far that had gotten away from Mitsuyatsu. The 2-2 to Zymet. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That'll be the first strikeout of the night for Hunter Bennett. It's a big one. It records the second out here in the bottom of the 5th with 2 runners in scoring position. Top of the lineup, Caden Johnson will try to get his first hit of the night. He's 0 for 3, trying to extend that hit streak. First pitch, he takes down the middle for strike 1. Johnson lined out to left, the first pitch of the bottom of the first inning. And out in left field, Braden Allison was just playing it perfectly defensively. He's also flown out to second and flown out to left. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt again. Gillespie will hold at third as Mitsuyatsu knocks it down and slows the ball from getting away too far. A 1-1 count for Caden Johnson. Cody Johnson waiting on deck. And Mitsuyatsu will head out to the mound to have a conversation for a moment with Hunter Bennett. With the break in the action, we let you know tonight's game is brought to you by Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. Docs lead 7-5 here tonight. Your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard updates are always brought to you by Garrettson Building Supply. Building relationships, building projects, building materials. Garrettson Building Supply, supporting our Douglas County community for over 90 years. The 1-1 pitch after the meeting for Bennett. That ball fought off right side foul for strike 2. A 1-2 count. Bennett trying to wrap up things in the 5th with 2 in scoring position. Another ground ball right to Coach Prock at first. Goes to a knee but fields it. Most coaches probably just let that go by. If I was down there, I'd be most coaches. Coach Prock, he took more pride in it than I would. A 1-2 pitch again here for Bennett. He's had some battles. He misses outside. That one gets away. Gillespie breaking for the plate, and he will get in to score another run for the Docs, and now they lead 8-5 up to third base. Goes Jay Stoffel. Wild pitch. Almost felt like Gillespie was just waiting for one of them to get away enough to where he could come in to score. Well, the last 2 had been just ones that they rolled just enough to make you think you could score, but not quite enough to really allow you to score. 2-2 count now for Johnson with Stoffel at third. Ground ball up the middle. It gets through. No, picked up by Maben. His throw to first gets away. Johnson will turn. He's headed for second. A run's in. It's a single and an error, and Caden Johnson gets his first hit of the night, and it extends his hit streak. Docs on top extend their lead by 4 now. 9-5 is your total. Give credit to Derek Maben up the middle, making the grab on that ball. An infield single for Caden Johnson, and then the throwing error moves him to second. He also picked up an RBI.
The next batter,
Jay Stoffel will
Cody
score.
Johnson.
Docs with 2 runs in here in the 5th, lead 9-5. Up next now, Cody Johnson, the older brother. The first pitch for Cody is a line drive to center field. Caden's around in third. They're sending him to the plate. The relay throw, not in time and offline. Goes to the backstop. Cody will head to second. A single by Cody Johnson drives in another run. And then a throwing error. He goes to second. Caden scores from second base. And the Docs on top now 10-5. What a night here tonight for the Doc Stewarts. After a tough loss yesterday, losing 15-4 against the Eugene Challengers, Docs fell behind 4-0 after the top of the second inning, but they have rallied back, and now they have outscored the Dirtbags 10-1 since the top of the second inning. And that prompts a visit out on the mound as we have a break in the action. Doc Stewart's Baseball tonight brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. So the Docs adding 2 more runs with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Coach Leach out there to talk to his infield, and the pitcher and catcher breaks it up now. 2 down, and up to bat will be Spencer 6. Spencer is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. First pitch to 6. Strike on the outside edge. The 0-1 pitch to Spencer. Gets away, and up to third will go Cody Johnson. Another wild pitch for Hunter Bennett. We've got action in both bullpens. A 1-1 count for Spencer 6. Doc Stewart's have a righty throwing. That's Jay Stoffel. And there is a righty getting loose, just warming up down in the bullpen for the Dirtbags. Get you a look at the number in a moment. Bennett delivers the 1-1 high and away for ball 2 to Spencer 6. So you've got Jay Stoffel throwing for the Doc Stewarts. On the other side, it is Caden Reedhead throwing for the Dirtbags. The 2-1. Low and outside, and the count in Spencer's favor at 3-1. Spencer would love to get his first hit of the game and drive in another run for the Docs. 3-1 here. Takes low for ball 4. That'll work as well. Spencer draws his second walk of the evening. Runners on the corners for the Doc Stewarts, and now out to the mound is going to go Coach Leach once again. And that should be the end of the day for Hunter Bennett. And with that, we'll have a call to the pen once again for the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags. We'll come back here in the bottom of the 5th. Docs leading 10-5 on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
We'll welcome you back here to Legion Field, where the Doc Stewarts have come back against the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags. Second game of the day for the Dirtbags. They had to play the first game and the last game of the day. They got out to an early 4-0 lead against the Docs in the top of the second inning, but since then it's been all Doc Stewarts as they now lead 10-5 here in the bottom of the 5th, and a pitching change has been made. Caden Reedhead, the DH, will enter for the pitcher who he was hitting for. And Reedhead will take over after Hunter Bennett goes 2 innings of work. He gave up just 2 hits in those 2 innings. Credited with 4 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout at the moment. Those 3 walks kind of proving costly, but a couple of errors. Had an error in the 4th inning that ended up leading to a run, and we've had 2 errors here in this 5th inning as well that have led to runs. Both hits have been singles by the Johnson brothers here in the 5th inning against Hunter Bennett. And there's been a few wild pitches helping runners advance and score here tonight. So Jonathan Stone, the 8th hitter to the plate for the Doc Stewarts in the bottom of the 5th inning. Stone is 0 for 2 tonight. He has a walk and a run scored and does have an RBI on a ground out in the 4th. There's 2 down with runners on the corners. Luke Van Norman running for Spencer Six at first base. And at third base is Cody Johnson. First pitch swinging for Stone. He fouls it to his own dugout down the third base line. Stone again the 8th hitter to the plate. Doc sent 9 hitters to the plate in the 3rd inning where they scored 4 times. They've scored 3 times here with 7 hitters to the plate. Just outside for Reedhead with his breaking ball. The count goes to 1-1. Stoffel still throwing in the bullpen for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. 1-1 outside, knocked down by Mitsuyatsu. That'll hold both runners, a 2-1 count for Jonathan Stone. Docs have drawn 8 walks so far in the ball game to only 3 strikeouts. That is a nice ratio. Looking like the way that they'd like it to. Docs have struggled at times with strikeouts this season. Docs trying to go back at 2 games over 500 as a throwback to first base. In safely goes Van Norman. Cody Johnson on at third. Docs at 3-2 on the season. A win puts them back 2 games above 500. The 2-1 outside by Reedhead, and the count goes to 3-1. For the Dirtbags, a loss here would be their first of the season. And it'll make tomorrow's games very interesting to see where teams end up in the standings. 3-1 pitch. That ball in the air down the right field side. Looks like it could be playable for Jacob. No. Jacob Maben looked like he was calling for it, and that ball ended up in the bullpen. I thought Maben was out there calling for that baseball just right around the chalk line, and it ended up 30 feet away from him in the bullpen. Nowhere even close. He had the rest of us deked out. It seemed like the grandstands were fooled on that one as well. With the foul ball, Jonathan Stone with a full count pitch coming up from Caden Reedhead trying to get out of this 5th inning. Runner going, the ball is fouled away. We'll do it again. At first base, Luke Van Norman taking off on the pitch with the full count and 2 away. Docs could really use to add as many runs as possible in this matchup. Runs scored is the tiebreaker, and if the Docs win here tonight, you'll have a group of 4 teams tied at 1-1. They could end up tied with others. As Stone will get this one in the air, foul territory again, and it looks like Maben's going to let that one get out of play. It will actually carry out at the stadium, and Stone will once again have another 3-2 pitch coming up. So say the Docs end up tied with other teams when the games tomorrow are all wrapped up. The tiebreaker, if I'm understanding it correctly, is the number of runs your team scored in the tournament. So the Docs could use to score as many as they could get here. 3-2 pitch again. Stone fouls off another one. Almost looked like a swing and a miss, but he got just a piece of it. Three-two pitch. Caden Reedhead, he's faced one batter so far. That's Jonathan Stone at the plate. Again, the 3-2. It's ball 4, and we've got bases loaded for Jet Black. Stone goes to first, his second walk of the night. Luke Van Norman will go to second, running in place of Spencer Six, who drew a walk. And Cody Johnson still on at third. Wind picking up right now. According to the American flag, it's blowing in from center field. Temperature dropping here at the ballpark. as we've hit dusk, down to 74 degrees out. First pitch to Jet Black is low for ball one. Wind really picking up. Granted, up here in the booth, sometimes it can become a bit of a wind tunnel. But the American flag is blowing around pretty good in dead center field here at Legion. Lights have taken full effect. Out of the windup for Reedhead is 1-0. Gets a strike on the outside edge. Jet Black tonight had a double in the third. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Chance to try and drive in a few if he can get a base knock with 2 outs here. The 1-1, a breaking ball that missed its mark by just a bit. And the crowd oohing and eyeing as that ball sails over the head of Jet Black. Ducked out of the way, and Kyle Mitsuyatsu behind the plate did a nice job of getting up out of his crouch quickly to be able to get to that baseball. And not let it go all the way to the backstop. As Cody Johnson, he would have likely broke for home if that ball had sailed all the way to the backstop. Reedhead working out of the windup, his 2-1 pitch. Strike again on the outside edge. Jet down to his final strike of this at-bat. Batting with the bases loaded and 2 away. Reedhead trying to wrap up the 5th in relief. The 2-2. Outside for ball 3. So once again, we go to a full count. With the bases loaded, the runners will be heading down the base path on the pitch to the plate. A walk brings in a run, the 3-2. Jet rockets one down the left field side, foul into the parking lot. Got around on it, struck it well, just struck it well foul. So we'll do it again. And that phrase probably feels familiar after the lengthy at-bat that Jonathan Stone just had with a full count. Reedhead winds, the runners are moving. The 3-2 fouled off again by Black. Reedhead has faced, this is just the second batter he's faced. He's already up to 16 pitches. There's been some lengthy at-bats so far. Full count pitch for Doc Stewart's center fielder Jet Black. Gets underneath this one in the air. Right side calling for it. The first baseman, Eric Swanson, makes the catch to retire the side. Docs will leave them loaded, but they score 3 here in the 5th. They lead 10-5 as we go to the top of the 6th inning. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Top of the 6th inning, Doc Stewart's in front, 10-5. And it's Peyton Hope still out there on the mound for the Docs. He had a lengthy layoff. After a long 5th inning, Doc sent 9 hitters to the plate again. And Hope will fire the first pitch, ball 1, against Jacob Maben. Top of the lineup here, Maben is 2 for 3. He'll hit a one-hopper to Stoffel, bobbled it as he transferred to his hand, but he able to juggle it, get a hold on it again, and fires across to get Jacob Maben to retire the first batter here in the 6th. One away. Peyton Hope helping out the Doc Stewart's bullpen and going deep into this ball game. Blake Aratola will bat. First pitch swinging. Taking it on a hop is Johnson. His throw to first. Not in time. That was a long looper to short. Hit off bounce in the ground. Took a high arc towards short. And Johnson played it back. Waited for the hop and took a run at it as he grabbed it out of the air. Got a full head of steam to throw to first. And we know Cody Johnson's got a good arm. But he didn't have enough to get a speedy Blake Aratola, who legs out an infield single. 1 on, 1 out, and Derek Maben batting. He is hot tonight, 3 for 3 with 3 RBI. 2 singles and a double. First pitch, a breaking ball for strike 1. Oh, 1 count. Hope trying to get Maben for the first time tonight. Jay Stoffel was throwing in the bullpen during the last half inning while the Docs were up to bat. So imagine that if Hope gets himself into any sort of trouble or gets to a certain pitch count maybe here in this frame, head coach Jeremiah Robbins would be ready to make the change with Jay Stoffel. They wanted to get him a bit of a bullpen type of session. 0-1, and the runner was going, but Maben gets beamed. So Blake Aratola misses out on a stolen base because his teammate, Derek Maben, wore one at the plate. So 2 on and 1 out, and now sprinting out to the mound will come pitching coach Bo Kearns to have a conversation with Peyton Hope. Kearns and Hope will likely be working together next year at UCC. Hope just graduating from Sutherland High School, and Bo Kearns is taking over as the pitching coach for head coach Jeremiah Robbins there at Umpqua Community College, coming from Wenatchee Valley. He was a teacher up there. I was talking with him a little bit before tonight's game. He actually took off a couple of days at the end of the school year to be able to get down here for the Doc season. He's working up there, coming down here, getting a chance to work with Coach Robbins out at UCC. Really excited. I think the community around the Umpqua Basin echoes my sentiment, thinking that it's going to be an exciting season out at UCC to see what they do with baseball out there. Lefty at the plate, Caden Reedhead, now the pitcher for the Dirtbags. He'll bat with 2 on and 1 out. Reedhead is 0 for 3 in the matchup, and he'll call time before the first pitch from Peyton Hope, who stared into the glove of Spencer Six for a while, waiting for the call he wanted. He gets it now. First pitch of the at-bat, delivers just on the outside and a bit too far as it misses the edge. 1-0 count. Doc's looking for that double play ball here. Can we get a Johnson to Johnson up the middle? A 1-0 pitch, fouled off. That one down the left field side and out of the stadium for the left-handed hitting Caden Reedhead. He is grounded to third, grounded to second, and lined out to short. So everything has been on the infield so far for him. 1-1 count with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Doc's leading 10-5, getting out hit, but leading on the scoreboard. 1-1 for Hope. Breaking ball hits the outside corner. Ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 for Peyton Hope. Can he get a strikeout here? Yes, he will. Swing and a miss out of Caden Reedhead. He goes 0 for 4 as Peyton Hope will pick up his 3rd punch out of the night. Folks, remember, don't strike out when it comes to water for your home. Trust more well drilling, keeping Douglas County green since 1947. Call them at 541-459-4039. So we've got 2 down with runners at first and second. First pitch swinging. Ground ball to short, picked up by Cody. He throws to Caden. They get Derek Maben out at second base to wrap up things here in the top of the 6th inning. Connor Lang grounding into that fielder's choice to end the 6th And the Doc Stewarts hang on to their 10-5 lead. No runs on one hit, no Doc Stewart errors. 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Docs leading 10-5 on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Doc Stewart's just trying to pull away from the Dirtbags here, hand them their first loss of the season. Doc's leading 10-5 as Tourn Gillespie will lead things off for a second straight inning against the Dirtbags. He takes strike 1 from Caden Reedhead. Reedhead, the third pitcher in the game for Coach Leach and the post-20 Dirtbags. Reedhead, the righty, tall righty, fires the 0-1 just outside for a 1-1 count. Now, Hunter Bennett, final line on him. He pitched two innings, gave up 2 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. 1-1 from Reedhead. Gillespie chops it to third, scooped up on a short hop, and a throw to first base. Short hops into the glove for Eric Swanson from Connor Lang, and Gillespie will ground out. First time that he will make a put out.
The next batter, number 9, Jace Stoffel.
He had the sacrifice fly in the third, but that also resulted in an RBI and didn't count against his at-bats tonight, so ground out there, 5-3 for Gillespie. Jay Stoffel will swing and miss at the first pitch for strike 1. Stoffel tonight 0 for 0 with 3 walks. Swings and fouls that one up in the air, and it's going to get into the seats. Stoffel finds himself down 0-2 quickly here against Reedhead. Now, these are all the first at-bats against Caden Reedhead for the Doc Stewarts. The only ones that had at-bats against him so far were Jonathan Stone and Jet Black. 0-2 to Stoffel. Reedhead misses outside. Caden Reedhead from West Salem. Now, there were 4 players missing tonight for the Dirtbags. Noah Juarez, Ruben Cedillo, Caleb Cantola, and Emiliano, there we go. I knew I wasn't going to have to say it much as a pitch low and inside. The count goes 2-2 for Stoffel. Emiliano Alarcon from Central. He's going to Lynn Benton. He's not here with the team tonight either, and I guess it's probably a good thing I don't have to try and butcher his name too many times this evening. A 2-2 count for Stoffel. Gets underneath one, not in foul territory down the first base line. The catcher weaving. Did he hang on to it? Yes. Behind the plate, Mitsuyatsu able to make the play. He was bobbing and weaving all over the place. Basket catch, tumbled to the ground. He was kind of shielded from the umpires. I was wondering if maybe at first that the ball might have popped loose, but looks like he hung on to it. And Stoffel will pop out in foul territory for the second out. 2 down, first pitch swinging for Jacob Luther. Fair ball behind third. The throw to first gets him. Connor Lang with a nice defensive inning at third base, makes a couple of plays. And that'll help wrap up the side quickly for Caden Reedhead. A 1-2-3 frame with the defensive work around Caden Reedhead. Doc Stewart's leading 10-5 as we go to the top of the 7th, needing 3 outs to finish off a victory here tonight against the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags. This is Doc's Baseball on 541radio.com and on 1490 The Score.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Another call to the pen brought to you by Shelby and Migulana Construction. Jay Stoffel will take over on the mound for Peyton Hope, who exits the game after 6 stellar innings of work. Battling back after giving up the lead early on, he settled in nicely. Zeros on the board for the last 3 innings for the Dirtbags, and now Jay Stoffel will try to finish it off. Not a save opportunity with the lead at 5. Defensive changes. Hope will come out of the game, and the DH will enter in for him. Jacob Luther takes over at second base. So Peyton Hope comes out. Jay Stoffel will go from third to the mound. Cody Johnson goes from short to third. Caden Johnson goes from second to short. And then Jacob Luther enters the game from the DH position to go to second base. So that is how the defensive changes for Coach Jeremiah Robbins goes as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Doc Stewart's trying to wrap it up here and get a big 10-5 victory against the Dirtbags. It's Braden Allison to lead things off against Jay Stoffel. We'll get you the final line for Peyton Hope in a minute. First pitch from Stoffel's outside for ball 1. Jay Stoffel entering into today's matchup. The right-handed pitcher has thrown in 10 innings. He has got a 2-0 record and a 2.80 ERA. He gets a strike across, a 1-1 count against Allison. Braden Allison, a check swing, but it's called for a strike, and it's a 1-2 count against Allison, who is 2 for 3 tonight with a pair of singles. Fouled off. Allison will stay alive. Braden Allison from West Salem High School mentioned he's headed to Chemeketa Community College. Try and continue his baseball career. 1-2 delivery from Stoffel. That ball fouled up and out of play, and we'll do it again. So for Peyton Hope, 6 innings of work, gave up 11 hits and 5 runs, but really settled in nicely after the first couple of innings. 1-2 for Stoffel. Misses low, a 2-2 count. So 11 hits, 5 runs, only 3 of them earned too. He didn't walk anybody, and he struck out 3. Did hit 2 batters. As the ball popped up, could be playable down the third base line for Johnson. And Cody has it pop out of his glove in foul territory. Johnson not happy with himself about that one. Understandable. Definitely one he would like to have back. So we'll do it again with a 2-2 count. Doc's 3 outs away from the victory. Strike 3 called. Stoffel sets him down on an outside pitch. And Braden Allison not happy with that strikeout call. He goes down looking. One away for Jay Stoffel. For Stoffel, that is his 16th strikeout of the season on the mound. By far the most of anybody on the team. One away, Eric Swanson will bat. The first baseman 0 for 3, a swing and a miss at the first pitch. The 0-1 from Stoffel, another breaking ball, swing and a miss for strike 2. So if the Docs get this one, they'll be in a group of 4 teams tied for at 1-1 in the tournament. As another swing and a miss into the glove for strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs for Stoffel. That was 3 straight swings and misses for Eric Swanson. It's his second strikeout of the night. And 2 down as Andrew Zellner will bat. Zellner hits with 2 outs and nobody on. His team down by 5. First pitch, strike 1. Takes it. The Docs leading 10-5. About 1 strike away now from wrapping this one up. A foul ball into the net for Zellner. The 0-2 pitch. High for a 1-2 count. The Dirtbags have out-hit the Docs here tonight, but pitching has been a little shaky for them, and the defense has too. It's a pitch high for ball 2. 2-2 count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, and nobody on base. And the count goes full as Stoffel misses high. Can't get Zellner to chase. Andrew Zellner is 2 for 3 tonight with a pair of singles and an RBI. 3-2 pitch. Stoffel, will he challenge him? The pitch in. Ground ball, right side. Knocked down by Stone, and he can't make the play. Got him with the short hop at first. And the error at first base for Jonathan Stone will extend the inning 1 more at-bat at least. Andrew Zellner will get on base.
The next batter, number 19.
It's that tough in-between hop for a first baseman on a chopper down the line. Stone had the glove on it, but it just didn't get it into the web. First pitch outside, gets all the way to the backstop against Kyle Mitsuyatsu, and up to second base will go Zellner. A wild pitch puts a man into scoring position with 2 outs. A 1-0 count for Mitsuyatsu. So Zellner up to second. Mitsuyatsu is 0 for 2 in the game. The 1-0 pitch to him. Outside for a 2-0 count. Stoffel strikes out the first 2. Got to a 2-strike count against Zellner and couldn't finish it off. Man out at second base with a 2-0 count. Now Docs lead by 5, so with 1 runner on, this is obviously far from a sticky situation for Jay Stoffel, but Docs would probably like him to wrap this one up kind of quick. Not exert his arm too much. They want to save him for the doubleheader coming up Monday and Tuesday when the Docs will need their pitching staff in order with league games on the docket. Pitch high for a 3-0 count. Our game right at about the 2-hour mark now, which is the time limit. Games are going 2 hours. A 3-0. Misses for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk issued by Stoffel. And to the top of the lineup we go. Again, not a dangerous situation necessarily at this point in time with the lead at 5, but the top of the order has been dangerous for the Dirtbags. A 2-out rally could be bubbling under the surface as we speak. Stoffel going to try and wrap it up against Jacob Maben now. The first pitch. Maben grounds it to third. Cody Johnson knocks it down. Everybody's safe. The Docs defense here in the 7th has not been able to back up Stoffel. For the Doc Stewarts, that's another error, unfortunately. Bases are loaded, and that means the game-tying run is on deck with 2 outs. Docs just need one more. First pitch for Stoffel misses high for ball 1. Facing Blake Aratola, he is 2 for 4 tonight. Been on base 3 times. 1-0. That ball in the air out towards center field. Going back is Jet Black on the run under the lights. He makes the catch to wrap it up. Docs win. 10-5 your final score. Doc Stewart's in front of the Post 20 Dirtbags, and your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts will get a win, their first here at the Tyree Oil Father's Day Summer Kickoff Tournament. Docs are 1-1. The Medford Mustangs are 1-1. The Dirtbags are 1-1. And Corvallis is 1-1. All 4 teams 1-1 tied in the standings. Eugene and Willamette Valley are tied at 2-0. The Salem Whitnell Dodgers and the Grants Pass Nuggets are at 0-2. That is the standings. We'll talk more about that when we come back with your Roseburg Disposal postgame show after this on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome in to the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Let them make the run of the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal. And this is the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. The Doc Stewarts win 10-5 on top of the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags here tonight to wrap things up from the Tyree Oil Father's Day Summer Kickoff Tournament. I was watching Peyton Hope trying to jump over the baselines and was worried he was about to get sniped, take a dive down there. Peyton was, I was worried he was going to pull a Klay Thompson there, find himself with a torn ligament in his leg. That looked very awkward. He's a basketball player. He should know how to jump better than that. All right, back to the action at hand. 10-5 your final score as the Doc Stewarts get the win here tonight. As the Docs will go to 1-1 in the tournament, improve to 4-2 on the year. And they are in a group of 4 teams tied at 1-1 in the tournament standings going into the final day of round robin play, and then seeding games will come up on Sunday, and the Docs hoping to be one of the later games on Sunday. Taking a look at how this one played out here tonight. First, we'll take a look at the numbers. 5 runs on 11 hits, 4 errors for Post 20. 10 runs on 7 hits and 4 errors for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. Docs had just 2 errors going into the final inning, but committed a couple of errors that allowed the 7th inning to get a little interesting before it got wrapped up with no runs coming in against Jay Stoffel. Getting the win will be Peyton Hope for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. And for Peyton Hope, with the victory here tonight, Peyton Hope will go to 2-0 on the season, matching the start by Jay Stoffel, who is also 2-0 on the year. Taking the losses, Eric Kessler started the game, only went 2 2/3 innings, could not make it through any further. Peyton Hope went 6 innings tonight. Jay Stoffel came on in relief, but does not factor into the decision, does not pick up a save or anything like that with tonight's ball game. Well, taking a look at how this one plays out, we get you our game recap brought to you by the News Review Sports section. For more on today's game, of course, you can always check out recaps of Doc Stewart's baseball and keep up to date with the action from the News Review Sports section. Doc Stewart's fell behind 2-0 in the first as the Dirtbags struck first with 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 Doc Stewart errors. The Dirtbags got 2 more in the top of the second to take a 4-0 lead. That was on 2 runs and 3 hits in the second. Driving in 2 was Derek Mabin with his second hit of the game, a double that brought in both Jacob Mabin and Blake Aratola. It was 4-0 then, but the Docs would get 2 runs in the bottom of the second on a 2-run homer by Doran Gillespie, and they were back in the ball game. The Dirtbags added 1 more run in the third, and that would be their last run of the ball game. A single got Braden Allison on base, and Andrew Zellner drove him in with a 2-out single up the middle. Made it 5-2 at the time, but the Docs would take the lead in the bottom of the third. They score 4 runs in the bottom of the third inning to take a 6-5 lead. 4 runs on 4 hits, driving in runs for the Doc Stewarts. Jet Black with an RBI, Doran Gillespie with a sacrifice fly for an RBI, Jacob Luther had one, and Garrett Zymet gets his first hit of the season, a 2-out double that drove in the go-ahead run for the Doc Stewarts. They'd add some insurance runs with 1 in the 4th and 3 in the 5th as the Docs pull away for a 10-5 victory. Big win tonight for the Doc Stewarts, getting right after a tough loss yesterday. We'll take a look at more of the numbers for you when we come back. We'll look at the stats. We'll name our Joe's Towing Player of the Game as well. Stay with us, folks. This is the Roseburg Disposal Post-Game Show, back after a 2-minute break on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
A good turnaround tonight for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts as the Docs defeat the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags 10-5, the final score. And that puts them in a group of teams at 1-1 in the tournament. And they'll be playing to try and get into one of the later games coming up on Sunday with a victory tomorrow against the Salem Withnell Dodgers. We'll take a look at the tournament standings in just a bit as we continue on with more of the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. But let's take a look at the numbers here today. The visiting team taking the loss, Eric Kessler goes 2 2/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned, 5 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Getting the win was Peyton Hope. He pitched 6 innings, gave up 11 hits, 5 runs. 3 of them were earned. No walks, which is a good number there, and 3 strikeouts. Offensive numbers, 11 hits on the day for the Dirtbags. 2 for 5 for Jacob Mabin. 2 for 5 for Blake Aratola. 3 for 3 for Derek Mabin with 3 RBI. 0 for 4 for Caden Reedhead. Connor Lang goes 0 for 4. Braden Allison goes 2 for 4 in the matchup. Eric Swanson goes 0 for 4. Andrew Zellner goes 2 for 4. And Kyle Mitsuyatsu goes 0 for 2. On the Doc Stewart side, 1 for 4 for Caden Johnson at the top. He extends his hit streak to at least 5 games. It might be 6. He also had an RBI. Cody Johnson goes 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Spencer 6, 0 for 2. Did have 2 walks. Jonathan Stone goes 0 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI on a ground out. Jet Black was 1 for 4 in the matchup with an RBI. Doran Gillespie goes 1 for 2 with 3 RBI, a walk, and 2 runs scored. He had a 2-run homer in the ballgame. Jay Stoffel 0 for 1 in the game with 2 runs scored. He did have 3 walks. Jacob Luther was 1 for 3 with an RBI and extends his team-high RBI total to 9. And Garrett Zymet comes through with his first hit of the season, the go-ahead run coming in from his double in the 3rd inning that put the Docs on top. He ended up 1 for 2 with the 1 RBI. So that is a look at things here tonight. It's time now to name our Joe's Towing Player of the Game. Coming through in the clutch for you, call Joe's Towing, your local professionals. Well, coming through tonight for the Doc Stewarts was Peyton Hope on the mound. He goes 6 innings worked. He gave up 11 hits. Pretty high number for him there, but he was able to pitch out of the trouble. Allowed just 5 runs. Defense kind of hurt him a little bit. Only 3 of those runs were earned. No walks was a big number there and finished with 3 strikeouts as well. So Peyton Hope is your Joe's Towing Player of the Game. We're going to wrap it up there so I can head on down to get some post-game interviews underway. So we'll say goodnight here from Legion Field. Thanks to the Post-20 Dirtbags head coach Boog Leach. Great to catch up with him, former Doc Stewart player and Roseburg Indian. Great to see him here at the ballpark tonight leading the Post-20 Dirtbags. Thanks for them to making it down for the tournament. Thanks to head coach Jeremiah Robbins and the entire Doc Stewart's baseball program for being a part of tonight's, or for allowing us to be a part of tonight's baseball action for you here on The Score. Thanks to Brenton Cranford back in the studio for the radio production this evening. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We'll catch up with you guys tomorrow night, starting at 7:30, when the Doc Stewarts take on the Salem Withnell Dodgers. We'll have the action for you starting with pregame at 7:15. Catch the game streaming live online at 541radio.com and right here on Douglas County's home for sports, CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score. All right, thanks, Brenton. I'm going to run down there so I can catch the players.